Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Coffee Break Podcast. How long have we been gone for?
2 years. I'm joking.
I honestly feel like it's been a month.
Yeah,
I know
every
before I
time,
said that
every
yesterday.
time there's like a significant amount of time away from you guys,
Yeah.
I feel like we're coming back to a brand new season. You know, it's like
Yeah.
we're starting fresh from the scratch.
Yeah, we might be a little under the water, but today's gonna be a great episode. We have a few things we're gonna talk about. We're gonna couple of Am I the Assholes. As always, our bread and butter. It gets us the farthest.
Come on, man.
Our viewership,
Mhm. Talk about it.
Alhamdulillah, I also do want to talk about the fact that we recently got 1.1K. Yeah, I was telling Mukhtar, last year, this time, we had 90 subscribers.
Wow. No way, really?
Last year, this time.
90.
Yeah. And Alhamdulillah, because
Alhamdulillah,
of the
man.
grace of my boy, Frizzo.
Shout out to the Podium Studio. Gang, man.
Alhamdulillah. And, next year around this time, inshallah, we're going to be even better. We're going to have better production. My boy's going to get even greater. We're going to have better content. We're going to have better guests. I'm not taking away anything from the guests that we have.
No,
we had a
you're on a roll. You're on a roll.
I love them.
It's okay. You shot at them. It's all
As
right.
content creators are going to be the greatest of all time. Right now.
Oh,
I see
we
the-
are right now.
No,
Took off the glasses to let him know.
I see
Listen,
the-
Okay.
guys.
Raven.
I'm just saying, guys, I like to think we should speak it into existence. We are the #1 show on YouTube, the #1 podcast in the history of podcasts. We're the greatest host of all time.
Let him know.
All that and more.
Let
All
him
that
know.
and more?
I'm just saying.
Look at the camera. Tell
See,
him
that's
one
that's
more
why
time.
we need people like him, bro. He knows what he's
Let's
talking about.
go.
Yeah, say that one more time. Say that one more time.
We're
Look
the
at the camera.
greatest show of all time, the greatest podcast of all time, the greatest host of all time, and much more.
Step on them.
Just saying.
Just let him know.
What do you mean in the future? We are right now.
Right now, eh?
Right now.
And the numbers are gonna show eventually.
To the end.
Inshallah.
To the end.
Come on now.
All right, but now getting into one of our segments,
Mhm.
we have an icebreaker. We're gonna be doing trivia.
I know you guys
Boy
love
over here is gonna be asking me and Big Brosco. Is that your name? Don
Big
Bosco?
Brosco.
He's gonna be asking us questions and we're gonna answer together. I think let's get the best 6 out of 10. You wanna do 6 out of 10?
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
Okay. So I'm going to start with some sports questions, not just generally basketball questions. These are widespread through all
Let's
sports.
go.
And then we'll work our way through a couple other topic ideas. Or
Let's start
questions.
easy.
Start easy?
Let's start easy.
Nothing's easy. Nothing is easy.
Let's get it.
Fair
Just saying. Okay. Who has won more tennis Grand Slam titles? Venus Williams or Serena Williams?
Come on, bruh. Easy money.
That's-
I'll let you take this one.
That's not easy money though. That could be.
I bet my
Venus
life.
was-
I bet my life.
All right, answer it then. Go ahead.
Serena.
Correct. All right. That's 1 out of 6.
Venus was a monster for a little while.
That's
So
one of
that's the
six.
Yeah,
question.
but Serena's the greatest of all time.
She could be.
What sport is dubbed the king of sports?
It has to be football. I mean,
Soccer, right?
like
European
European
football.
football.
All right, European football.
It has
European
to,
football?
has to be.
You locking that in?
Lock it in.
Correct. Get on
That's
a roll already?
That's
Okay.
easy.
I
Hold
know.
on. Hold
That's
on.
easy, bro.
Who was the first U.S. president?
I want to say George Washington.
Yeah,
You know?
You want to lock that in?
Yeah.
that is.
3 for 3.
Let's go,
These guys, man. All right, let's get into some more
I don't even know
trivia.
who the first prime minister is. I know more American.
They're
Which-
more publicized. They're better at marketing.
Which country borders 14 nations and crosses 8 time zones?
That's
That's
a
Russia.
great
is it not?
one. I want to say that. That's a great one. What other country touches so many different?
Russia's that big though. Pause.
Could it be an African country?
No,
I feel like it's an African country.
no African countries that landmass.
No, but you know how there's multiple, and they just could be bordering each other like that. You don't think so?
No, I think
Okay, I'll go with Russia.
it's Russia.
Russia?
I'll go with Russia.
Correct.
Ah,
Yeah, they're G's, man. Okay. Okay.
that's right.
What's the city with the most diversity in terms of language in the entire world?
I'm pretty sure it's Toronto.
Toronto.
Toronto or New York.
Could be London. There's many diverse cities out there. Though.
I'm telling you, it's one of those two.
All right, so which one are you going with?
I want to say New York because it's bigger in terms of population mass. But at the same time, Toronto's up there.
So heads or tails?
Do you have another city that you want to put in the mix?
No, London would be the only other option. But you're right; they're not as big.
I want to say Toronto, man. I feel like you're gonna say Toronto. But okay, let's go New York.
Let's go Toronto.
New York. No, I have a feeling it's New York.
Home city. Let's do Toronto.
No. I want perfect score.
All right, go ahead.
New York.
Correct.
Yo.
This guy is really on it today. Okay, let's get into something. Let's get into something a little different.
Okay.
What color is your blood when it's inside your body?
Blue.
Sure?
Positive.
You sure?
Yeah, oxidization makes it red.
Whoa. Say that word one more time.
Tell him that again. Tell him that again. Tell him that again.
Oxidization makes it red.
Okay.
That's right?
No, that's wrong. It's red. It's red. The blood contains hemoglobin, which is a red protein.
So it's red.
Yeah, it's red.
It's red even inside?
Yeah.
What's that word even mean then, nigga? Man, you said a big word for no reason.
All right. I got 2 more questions. Actually, I got 3 more questions, and they're fairly doable, but we'll round it off over here, okay?
Let's go.
What is the largest planet in our solar system?
It's
Jupiter.
Jupiter, you want to lock that in?
Or Saturn.
No, it's Jupiter.
Positive?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Correct. This guy knows his stuff, man. I love that.
Man.
How many teeth does an adult human have?
36.
Want to lock that in?
It's 32 or 36. I don't know which one is. I say 36. You have a different answer? It's one of those two.
Yeah, let's say 36.
Wrong. It was 32.
Oh!
Got 2 wrong.
And then finally,
My bad, Mukhtar.
what is the largest bone in the human body?
That's the
Femur?
Femur. Yeah.
You guys are some knowledgeable guys, man. Well done. Well done. 9 out of 10 questions.
Now we got 2 wrong.
No, sorry. 8 out of 10 questions. You're right. 8 out of 10? You get
80%? I'm fine with that.
We're shooting for 60.
Yeah.
Just a one last random bonus question.
Bonus.
Just for the fans, too.
Let's go.
In what state of Georgia is it illegal to eat with a fork?
What state of Georgia?
Sorry. In the state of Georgia, it's illegal to eat what with a fork?
The hell? Have you ever been to Georgia?
Nah, but I feel like this is like something that came across my timeline before.
What is the...
I'm going to say soup.
Why'd that be illegal?
I don't know. It's probably so horrendous.
In the state of Georgia, it is illegal to eat with a fork with what?
Do you have something? Just
I don't think that...
potatoes?
There's too much... What are you saying?
Man, throw out food. Throw out food. It has to be one of them.
I think it's a type of meat. I wouldn't think it's a...
You think? Why? You have to have steak with a fork, brother. What else? You eat with a spoon?
No. I'd probably eat with their hand.
What do you,
and I didn't
think they're barbarians?
Did I say steak, though?
Yeah.
I said
you
type of meat.
Yeah, but what? That's the biggest steakish thing that people eat the most.
But I don't think it's potatoes.
This is such a divisive question.
It's a vegetable or a fruit.
He's telling you.
It's one of those two.
It's a vegetable or a fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Just made just by itself.
Tomatoes?
So what are we locking in here?
What do you want?
I'm about to walk off.
What do you think it is?
What are you locking in?
What was my initial one?
You said soup, potato, and tomato.
That would be good in soup.
What are you saying to me?
I like his thinking, though.
It has to
Is
be.
he close?
I can't say.
You can't say.
No, but I don't think he would have made it.
Broski.
Nah.
I'm telling you, it's a fruit or a vegetable.
You want to throw a soup?
I want to go with potato. I'll keep it $1.50.
Potato?
No.
Final
I'll go with soup.
Soup, final answer?
Yeah.
You okay with that, too?
No. Let's see if he's wrong. We're in this together.
How about,
so
you know what?
You're okay with conceding?
No. How about this one? I feel like Mukhtar is on the other side. How about we have 2 different answers?
Okay. So what do you want to lock in your answer?
What do you want to lock in?
I'm gonna say chicken. I don't. It's a type of meat.
And you're saying
Soup.
It was fried chicken. You gotta respect your teammates for now, because he got a majority of those answers for you too. I'm being real with you, man. This guy is knowledgeable. This guy is knowledgeable. As soon as he said it's a type of meat, I was like, locked in.
I will say.
But I like your way of thinking.
You said chicken, not fried chicken. I give you 50% of the answer.
You said soup.
That's like you said potatoes. It could be fries.
No.
It could be tater tarts.
You said
soup. Thing.
Let him hold that. If that's what it takes, let him hold that.
Yo.
Because the nigga says soup, man.
No.
You gotta understand.
You're still wrong. That's what I'm saying. You're still wrong.
It's okay. Let him hold that. Let him hold that.
I just want to say one thing.
What are you going to say?
Go ahead.
As intelligent as Halima was when she showed up, you're bringing the whole name down.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Please apologize to Halima.
I'm not apologizing to nobody. I'm
to
the greatest drama representative on the planet.
Sorry, Muhammad is still living.
Yeah, you're right. Still.
Just saying. The Muhammad you're talking about, by the way. Sorry.
Muhammad Jama.
His dad.
My pop.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I am the greatest.
The GOAT.
If there was a Hunger Games going on right now, I would be the one.
I don't know why this guy.
I saw you boxing, man. You would not be the one, bro.
I could defend.
Actually, you did girth those niggas.
Defend myself,
you did girth those niggas. I'm not gonna lie. You did girth those niggas.
In that moment when you said boxing, please, we need to have that.
We need to shoot the clip. We need to shoot. Yo, put the clip right there. Yo, Firdo, put the clip right there.
No clip.
All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into what we really do, guys. We're here for a reason, right?
Yes,
the people want to know: are they the asshole or are they not? The asshole?
Nah.
You know?
I feel you.
Some people want to know. I want to know.
You want to know?
I want to know.
Bet.
We got some good ones this week. I'm not gonna lie. I scoured the internet. Made sure to get the best ones we can possibly find. All right? We're going to go through them today. All right. So the first title. Am I the asshole for telling my friend she's delusional about her dating prospects? We're getting there.
Fam, I've told people that before.
We're going there. I know you told me that before.
A lot of people shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
Instead of knowing what they actually can get.
That's
I don't
true.
think that's too disrespectful.
But is that a bad thing?
She sounds reasonable.
Right off bat. Is it bad to want the best for yourself?
I think it's easy to... I could say that to you guys. And I don't think you guys would catch feelings. You'd be like, yeah, you're right, fam. But if I was to say that, I think it'd be much harder conversation for the other gender.
Think so?
Yeah. Because then I think...
It's not
they put a standard and they want that person that they want to reach that specific standard, right?
Fair enough.
You know, or they would feel like they are settling.
Fair enough.
I could be wrong.
So you have high standards, though.
Yeah.
Extremely high.
I'm happy with whatever comes, man.
Are you? He's a humble guy, everybody. I promise you. He's the most humble guy I know, man. All right. Let's get into this. This is a little bit of a read, so bear with me, guys. I, 26 female, have a friend. I'll call her Lisa, also 26. For years, she and I were the single ones amongst people we knew, and we would commensurate with each other. Okay.
They're chilling?
I guess they're hanging out.
Fair enough.
Above me. I actively avoided relationships while she dated a lot, but neither of us had met the right person. I met my boyfriend nearly a year ago, and that means Lisa is the only single person of our group of acquaintances, which she talks about quite often. The thing about Lisa is that she has very high standards. Standards are great, and it's not that I think she should settle, but I truly think she is being unrealistic at times. Because of the job I used to do and my background, I move in the same circles as these guys, and she says are her type, and in my experience, she's not the type of girl that they're likely to go for. Obviously, this is a generalization, but I think that I've met enough of these guys to see a pattern. I've never told her this because I didn't see the need or benefit to either of us. I just listened and try to be there for her as a friend. Recently, we were having drinks and Lisa was talking about how she hasn't had any success online dating. She said that all the guys she talked to wanted to hook up and nothing more, and she was constantly messaged by guys she wasn't attracted to or who she thought didn't meet her minimum standards. I tried to comfort her, but she started asking me how I found my boyfriend and why I think she can't get anyone who is her type as well. I didn't know what to say to that, so I just said she had to keep looking. She was getting very upset and seemed to genuinely want help, so she kept asking for advice and for me to be more honest. Then, she asked if I thought her standards were too high. I said maybe she should focus on her core needs rather than looking for a guy that ticks every box. She got annoyed at this and said I was telling her she should settle and asked if I thought she was going above her level with the guy she was going for. I said that wasn't really what I said, but she saw through it and said that I was basically saying she didn't deserve the guy she wants. I said that's not the case. Everyone deserves what makes them happy, but it's whatever you can find with somebody who's willing to give it to you. A relationship is two people and you're not entitled to one. Lisa then snapped back that was rich coming from me, she says, since I'm the most entitled person she's ever met. And at this point, I was done with her whining and I said at least I wasn't deluded about my prospects. She left very angry. This has got to a round of our friends and some of them think that I'm right, but my closest friend said maybe I could have been a little bit more gentle. My boyfriend said she needed to hear it because she's only making a fool out of herself. Am I the asshole?
Nah, she's not.
Tell us why.
A lot of people are convinced that their type should like them back, but that's not always the case. Just because you have a type of person that you're interested in doesn't necessarily mean that that type is interested in you. You know what I mean?
Fair.
And also, I feel like, did you mention the age of this person?
Yeah, they're both 26.
Okay, they're interesting age, like mid-20s. I really think the younger you are, the more important certain things are. Like, you want somebody to be beautiful. You want somebody to be fit. You want somebody to be blah, blah, blah. And most of the time, that's typically not what's important. It's what kind of wheels you in, but what makes you stay is stuff like the core beliefs, you know? I do think, he didn't get specific as to what she's interested in, of course, right? But we can only guess what it is. But
well, they stress that she has higher standards.
Yeah, but a lot of those things are probably not important in the long run. You know, I can only gauge that.
Like superficially.
Yeah, like a lot of those stuff are not for long term. You know, and to be frank, like I saw this TikTok once that was like, you're never gonna find somebody who's perfectly for you. You have to find somebody who has a very similar belief system and core values as you, and hope that the other things fall into place. Because you're never gonna find someone who's your 100%. But maybe somebody 75, 80, 90, you can find that, you know? And I think she's so dead shit on ticking every box to make sure that that person is everything.
Right.
That's not feasible. It's never going to happen. And if it does happen, shout out to her. But I really don't think that is an option that is available to her at the moment. And the people who are interested in her, like, those are the people who probably are in her bucket of pool to choose from. She just doesn't like looking at those people.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. What do you think?
I don't think she's an asshole for what she said. She's an asshole for how she said it. Like, you're never, for something that important to somebody, it might not be important for everybody. For her, it seems like this is a life journey that she's going through right now. And she's in her mid-20s, so we're all still kind of immature. So, that's not for an angry conversation. That type of, people just need some support. People just need some... She just needs some kind hands, it seems like. She just needs some gentle hands, it seems like. It doesn't seem like she's the type of person that takes that message well.
Yeah.
So just take her for coffee once and just take it down easy instead of trying to cut her at the knees. Because she does need to hear it, but she doesn't need to hear it in that tone. And she needs someone to at least give her a proper message of support and say, hey, like, you've had a tough road and maybe this won't work, but try this instead.
Yeah.
And if she's looking for advice, she's asking you how you find yours. It's not the time to be high-minded about yourself and think. She sort of thinks that she's in a better position and a better situation, and that's what she's trying to look for. She's looking at you because you're in a better situation.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I think she's not an asshole for what she said. It's how she said it. And how she approached it.
Yeah. And I agree with what you're saying. Kind of to piggyback what you're saying, I feel like, because in this story, she was describing that her friend was trying to ask her to be honest with her more, give her advice. And she was kind of like putting her in a position where she wanted to get her best advice or opinion out of it, right? But in that sense, I don't think that she wanted to get such a harsh reality check as to what's going on. Because yeah, it could be right. She could have too high standards and she could be missing out on great opportunities. But on the flip side, when you're kind of vocalizing that to somebody, it can come off as you should settle or you should not have as high expectations, because in their mind, they can think that they're better than they actually are, but reality could be telling them otherwise, and they don't want to internalize that at a time like that. They just want the best thing for them, right?
Yeah.
She's looking at her friend who's in a happy relationship with somebody who she really wants to be with, and she's envious of that, wants her life to align with that, right? So, of course, she wants to find somebody she's interested in and she's involved with, that she's there for because they meet her expectations. But at the same time, too, it's a long road if you're gonna go there. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to see some people that you're not rocking with, or some guys that are not what you thought they were, for you to get to that level. And it's the same thing for everybody. Some people just get it at different times of life.
Yeah.
I just think that the way that the friend or the person that's writing the story responded to her was a little unnecessary, because at that time, I don't think that girl was looking for just genuine advice. I think, like Mukhtar was saying, she was looking for just support, like somebody that they can lean on and tell them it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry, keep going at it and stuff like that. They don't necessarily need to know the reasons and why they're failing at this time. They just need a support system. And it doesn't even sound like they were really that close friends, because they have this friend group that they were talking about that.
No, but they were the two. They were the two that.
They were the two single friends
originally.
Remember
the word that was used, like they killed together all the time. You know, forgot what that word was, but it sounded very suspect. It's like they were like for you know. Yeah. So
why's commissary sound suspect?
Oh no, sounded bizarre, but you know.
What they be doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
26-year-old?
Suspicious.
I don't be commiserating on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't be commiserating on it.
But let me guys ask you a question. But before we get into that, I do want to say, her type. One of the things that I thought about is, does she value those things, or should she value those things? Because the people who she's currently looking for are non-committal, are asking for short-term benefits. Maybe I think she needs to go back to the drawing board and see exactly what's important to her. Are these things important to her? Because they're all leading her to the same direction of people who just want to sleep with her, you know, compared to looking for the other individuals who actually want to start something with her, you know? But the question I did have for you guys is, would you ever feel comfortable having this conversation with your friends? And how would you tell them in the way that you would want to receive it?
To be honest with you, I would never tell somebody what they should look for in somebody else. Okay. I think everybody's entitled to what they want in life, and they should be the judge of whether or not that's right for them or not, you know? So I can't tell somebody what to want.
Okay.
Ever. It just doesn't work in my mind. But at the same time, if somebody is having difficulties finding somebody, right? And they want my opinion or advice into helping them navigate that issue, then I will give them logical reasons or logical solutions that they can use to help. And it is difficult too, because nobody wants to hear, like, in a sense, you're telling them you're not good enough, you know, or you're not as bad as you think you are, or you're not as handsome as you think you are. Like, nobody's trying to hear that. But in a sense, that's kind of what the reality of the fact is. So in that, you kind of have to kind of play, or you're going to have to use your words very selectively, depending on the level of relationship you have with this person, because it could come off as insulting. So in that sense, I feel like you need to kind of read the room when you're giving advice like that, especially if you're in a position where you're in a relationship and you're happy. You need to give the most sound and logical advice to somebody that doesn't come off as disrespectful or demeaning, or, like, you know, in any way that can hurt their self-esteem. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing to be mindful about in that. You can have those conversations, yes, but be mindful that you're pulling at somebody's emotional strings, especially in a time where they're trying to have an emotional connection with somebody else. So that's the only thing I'll say about that.
Fair enough. How about you? How would you want to receive that? If like, I'll paint a picture. Let me paint you a scenario.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me paint you a scenario.
Bob Ross, let's go.
Got you. So let's say, Mukhtar, you were looking for maybe 2 years. You know? And everybody who you were interested in wasn't, like, responding or, like, conveying the same type of connection that you wanted, right? And then you come to me and you're like, yo, what am I doing wrong, bro? Like, why don't these women like me? Like, how would you want me to tell you that what you're doing is not working?
What are you looking for? What type of characteristics and type of person are you selecting?
Okay.
What did they have in common that you were attracted to? And what can you prioritize over other that could be more important? If a person doesn't have money, but she's a hard worker, if she is empathetic, but she's a little bit flaky, like what matters more to you, and what can you accept and what can you live with, and what are you willing to develop with somebody? I think those are some target things that someone should look for. I don't think, you're right. I don't think you should just shoot someone's ideal person down, but try to build up other characteristics that you've seen and whoever she's been with or whoever you've been with, and try to find someone more ideal that you can sustain a life with. Because I don't think, I've heard a lot of people say love doesn't last. If you like the person, that lasts. I think that's a key thing that we learn as we're growing up, though. So that's how I would want to be approached.
Fair.
Just what are the characteristics you're looking for, and what are the characteristics that you're willing to develop?
Yeah. For me personally, like, you can tell me, like, I like feedback when it's given to me straight. Like, no bullshit. If you, like, you know how the way she told it right here? That would have been a reality check for me. Like, damn, you're right still.
But that's more of a, don't you think that's more of a masculine thing?
Maybe, but I've known women who are like that too, where it's like, just tell it to me, to cut the bullshit.
So
just tell me what it is.
You would want to come out in an argument?
No. I wouldn't be argumentative. Like, if, for example...
No, you're saying if you're on the receiving end.
Yeah, if I was on the receiving end.
And harsh.
Exactly. If you told me, yo, you're not your type's type.
Mm-hmm.
They're not looking for people like you.
You would hear that out.
I'll be like, yo, say more. What is, tell me what exactly you...
But you also do understand the people that can't handle that as well.
Fair enough. Yeah, to that point, I do understand people receive information differently and people can catch feelings depending on some stuff. But for me, like, if you guys ever just tell me the flat out truth, you know, rather than me having to put a puzzle piece together, you know? Like, I don't like that. You just don't tell me little things and be like, you'll figure it out. No, nigga, tell me what it is.
Can I ask you a question?
Why'd you get so aggressive?
No, I'm tired. I hate that line. Yo, you'll figure it out eventually, bro. No, nigga, tell me right now.
You don't want hope. You want answers.
Tell me.
You want answers.
What am I doing wrong, man?
I need answers. I get it.
Therapy wouldn't work for you then.
You know, funny enough, I do talk to my family about that.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in therapy for some people. And I think therapy is a great option for getting your mental health in check and making sure that you hold yourself accountable. But with the same breath, I don't think therapy is for everybody. And I think I fall under that bracket.
Because I think that's the whole thing, is them baby walking you through your issues and you talking to yourself.
No, I do think that is a huge understatement as to what actually happens. I think therapy is very therapeutic for people who require it. I will say that.
That is true. I agree with that.
And there are different therapists that go about it differently. You know, I like, you know, the one that is kind of popularized is kind of the one where it's like, tell me about yourself, you know? I don't think it's generally like that. They actually communicate to you and talk to you about your inner thoughts and stuff like that. But me personally, that's not for me, you know? And for who it is, shout out to them. But I like to take things very straightforward. Like, tell me how it is, you know?
Let me ask you guys a question. What do you guys feel about matchmaking?
Interesting. Give me, what do you mean?
I mean, like, it's a person that's having an issue with finding a match in somebody else, and then another person that you may know from the opposite gender that is also having an issue with that, putting those two people together.
That person would have to know me.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming they both know you. Both parties know you really well.
But there's only a few people that I would, like, in my life that I would want to matchmake me, because they know everything. Like, you know, like the stuff that you don't want to say out loud that you're looking for in a partner. I want the person, my matchmate. Yo, why you look at me like that?
What was that look?
Yo, you know, listen. You know what I mean, fam?
Yeah, I pieced the stuff together.
But there are some stuff that are uncomfortable saying out loud that you're looking for in a partner, you know? I would want the matchmaker to know the inner workings of my mind and as to what I'm looking for, and know what that person at the same time, you know?
What about you matchmaking?
What, me?
Yeah, is that something that you subscribe to?
Sure, but it only under certain circumstances.
Yeah, but you feel like that's not taboo.
No, I don't think so. What's the difference between that and online dating?
Well, online dating is you looking...
Instead of the algorithm putting you in there, you actually have somebody who's putting you here and putting you guys together.
So you look at it in a positive light.
Yeah, but under certain circumstances. Not like, I don't believe in, like, sometimes, like, when parents put people together, I don't... It's not for me.
That's different. I mean more so along, like, same age group, same friend group and stuff like that. How about you? What are your thoughts on matchmaking?
I don't have an issue with it. It just depends on... I think people, whether someone knows you to that depth, that would be helpful. But I don't think there's a lot of people, and some people just see a kind heart in you and see a kind heart in someone else. So, yeah, they may be good together.
That's fair.
Like, there's surface level stuff. Like me, I'm not too loud. I'm not too argumentative. I don't run. And some people say, hey, that girl's kind of quiet too. She's, you know, she has a calm personality about her. Hey, maybe they'd be good together. That's just an experience that you can try. I don't think a lot of people would be good at it, but the fact that you're thinking of me in that moment and you're trying to think of me and you're looking at my best qualities and that person's best qualities, I find that nice of them, and I'm in favor of it, because we all just need more experience. If you're inexperienced in dating, you won't your marriage will have a little bit of trouble, I believe.
What about you as matchmaker? Do you subscribe to that?
I think I don't know. It depends on who it is. If it was one of you guys, I know you guys that well.
So you do.
Then I would try it. But if it was someone like a surface level friend that I don't know too well, I wouldn't. So yeah, it just depends on the closeness of the person.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah,
I came to you one day like, yo, Mukhtar, I'm interested. Yo,
I don't like how you're approaching me right now.
I'm like, yo, Mukhtar, I'm interested. Could you find me a matchmaker? Would you feel comfortable doing that on my behalf?
Yeah, I would always look out and.
He would find you a really good girl.
You think so?
I really trust this guy's intuition a lot.
You know my type?
Huh?
Not even about your type. This guy just knows that he can read somebody, you know? He just has that effect.
Fair enough.
But wallahi, something serious though.
Go ahead.
I don't know what it is, but like, you guys know the word nur?
Yeah, light.
Like, yeah, someone that has a glow about them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff that's been pointed like over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I would see someone with that glow about them, and it would make me happy. And then I would start thinking about, who would I have? So that thoughts have come to me of who I would know that would be good for this person. Because there's certain people that come around that, they have that glow about them that someone around me would be good for them. And that would bring them some sort of happiness.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, the only reason why I brought that up, because I feel like that's a lost luxury in our society today. Because we have all these dating apps, we have all these social medias and stuff, and you could just DM the person that you're interested in. But it's a surface level personality that they give you, you know, like they're showing you the highlights. Mm-hmm. As opposed to, like you're saying, you see somebody that has some sort of even general similarities to somebody you know, and you think that they could be a match for each other. That could push them into a better relationship than just DMing somebody cold in the open, you know? So I feel like it's a lost luxury that people don't do anymore. Yeah. That could help a lot of people in situations like this person right here. Like, oh, you know what? You're looking for a guy. I know this guy that this that. And then and then they get together, and it's more so like I feel like those relationships tend to last a little more because they have a little bit of like they have a reference behind them. You know what I mean? So it's like
I also think there's more pressure for those relationships to work out.
That is true. That is true. But it's more of a calculated effort to get them together because they have common similarities together. And those things built over time and growing with each other, like I feel like they'll phase out their negativity as time goes on, you know, if they are meant to be for each other.
Yeah.
But that really does help, you know?
But
and I think it's a lost luxury. But go ahead.
Sorry, why would it be more pressure?
Because now that there's somebody in between you guys.
Yeah, you don't want to disrespect that relationship or
if you guys don't work out, and it's for a reason that is one of their faults, the middleman might be made weird, you know? Like
I think that's immaturity though.
That is immaturity. You have to be a mature person to realize that this is just a matchmaker that's bringing you together. It's up to you after.
No, fair. But I'll give you an example. Like if me and if my sister presented me with somebody, and I was like, cool, I'll talk to her in the pursuit of marriage, and let's say I messed up, okay? I feel like I not only took away from my sister's word because she probably spoke on my behalf like, yo, he's really awesome, he's really cool, he's everything you're looking for. So not only did I shit on her, but I also probably made their relationship less, you know?
But you can always talk. That's life, man.
Yeah.
That's really it, you know?
What I'm saying is if you're going to go that route, just know
Yeah, there is consequences for sure. Of course, there is like, relationships can be severed like you're saying, but at the same time too, it's for the greater good. You know, you want to see this relationship turn into a long-lasting relationship, and then be the person who brought them together in the beginning, right? If it does end up having to end up breaking off at some point, that is a reality that they saw coming too. Like that's something that they both signed up for. So it's not necessarily on one person's fault. It does hurt that relationship, but that's just life at the end of the day.
And I think I would assume would go on that, try to take that attempt because for the love of your sister. How you would approach it, right?
No. Like, I wouldn't pursue somebody for the love of
No, I'm saying you would, since you love your sister, you know your sister knows you.
Yeah.
You would take that, I'll
consider it.
But let me go explore this. Yeah. And you wouldn't disrespect her because, this was such a good recommendation.
Yeah, and even after the fact, I think you would still be the type of person to keep the peace, you know, like, and not be like weird about things interacting.
I could be awkward, fam.
Yeah, but you're not like, you're not confrontational. You're not gonna start arguments out of nowhere. You know, you're just gonna scour your face, look a little cheese in the corner.
I'm the person who's like,
they're huffing and puffing a little bit.
You know, I just have the B word face. You know, I'm not confrontational. You know, but you know it is what it is.
Yeah. So that's why I don't think anything. It wouldn't be something crazy you would do that would sever the relationship. That would harm that much of your sister's friendship.
Yeah, but I'm not. I was giving myself as an example, but I'm saying for the most cases for matchmaking, this is a example that may happen. You know, like it may sever the relationship between somebody and the matchmaker.
But that's fine. I could have got a marriage out of it.
Fair, but for you, it's like a relationship that was never meant to be. For the matchmaker, it's like I just lost a friendship.
That's a good point.
But you got smashed. Oh, we'll leave it at that. Let's put a ball on this conversation, guys.
Anyways,
let's put a ball on this conversation. Do you think she's the asshole?
How she approached it, yeah.
I think she's the asshole. And you?
I agree.
Also the asshole? Yeah. Okay. All right. And if you guys have any thoughts about that, lay it down in the comments below. This guy's going to read every single comment and respond to it. And he's going to send you a selfie, too, of what he's doing.
Yo, man, want you to send nudes.
He's going to send you guys a selfie of what he's doing in that moment when he's reading your comment. So please comment, tell your friends, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, everybody. I need to see those comments filled if you want to see his selfies.
Yo, this guy's selling me, fam.
I got him, bro. With a lineup like that?
Diddy, fam.
With a lineup like that?
We have to. How are we going to get to the next level?
Come on, man. There's levels to this.
I'm fucking dead.
This one, this post was from 5 years ago, and there's an update.
Oh, there's an update? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Am I the asshole for letting a girl cheat on her boyfriend with me? Okay. Recently, I met a girl on Bumble who, as it happened, wanted a casual, non-exclusive situation, which was fine with me.
Okay.
She told me she was in love with her ex and didn't want a relationship, but she ends up drunkenly entering a relationship with another Bumble guy that confesses his love to her. She initially feels like this is a mistake, but starts having a good time. Not long after this, an interaction with her ex brings those feelings rushing back, and her new boyfriend starts being a bit of a dick in a series of ways. He openly says he enjoys teasing her and winding her up. He asks for naked photos quite flippantly. Without really appreciating them or helping her feel secure about what she's exposed. He jokes about sleeping with other girls and giving her number away to other guys, telling her he thinks that's hot. Possibly the biggest issue is that this guy doesn't seem to want to offer physical affection and literally sets a time for cuddles. Eventually, she asks him if she's all right for a guy to stay over. He says yes. And I end up staying over and nothing happens, although there are some tender and intimate moments. Not long after, she invites me out to an electronic club with a friend of hers. The night ends and I decide to take her home since she's gotten pretty drunk, but we get burgers first. It's at that time that she confesses she has already slept with someone else and that she wanted to do stuff with me a few nights ago. Additionally, she says that if I go home with her, she probably will end up doing stuff with me too. I reason that she's already cheated on him with other people and that he's also neglecting her in some really basic ways. From what I gather, she's plucking up the courage to end it, but is worried about doing it for a series of reasons. I go home with her, and we have sex multiple times that evening and the next day. Am I the asshole for going home with her?
Yeah.
I'm confused by the story. So she met him on Bumble first.
She's been talking to a bunch of guys. She met him on Bumble casually. She ended up going out with another guy she met on Bumble, and then that guy started treating her like shit. It was her actual boyfriend, but she's still talking to this guy, and then basically
and she just divulged, so they're friends.
Yeah,
with benefits,
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
Is he the asshole for allowing? If that's how they move, it's what are you making that face for?
Never mind.
Nah, speak. Actually, you speak first. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
I mean to never have my girl around you.
I don't like your face. Go ahead. I don't like your face. Go ahead.
There's a difference between when somebody is cheating and the other party doesn't know, and somebody's cheating and both parties know. You know, like in terms of the person who they're cheating on with is aware. I think that makes the whole situation just terrible. You know, like let's say your girl cheated on you, God forbid, right? And that guy didn't know, right? And then later you catch them. Would you have any animosity towards that guy?
No.
He didn't know anything. He thought she was a single person. It was her right to be like, I'm in a relationship.
I would feel it's my duty to warn that brother.
Yeah, fair enough. But what I'm saying is, you wouldn't feel any animosity towards this guy, right?
Yeah.
Compared to if they like, let's say she told him that I'm actually dating this guy. He's awesome, but I want to do X, Y, and Z with you, and he's like, yo, forget that guy, And then they're doing their thing, and you find out. Wouldn't you hold her accountable, but at the same time know that he's a piece of shit too, because he did that?
What am I gonna do? Fight him?
You're not gonna fight him, but now there's a little accountability on his end because he knew you existed. He just doesn't care.
I'm looking at him like he's a guy and he wants this girl. That's what he's gonna do. Fuck me.
I agree, but what I'm saying is, there's a little bit of accountability on that guy now because it just speaks to his character.
I don't know, man. I just feel like I don't need the guy that my girl cheated on me with to be apologetic in any way. I think he's just going to do that regardless.
Especially if you don't know each other.
Guys are guys.
I'm not saying he has any haq to me. Like, he's not like he owes me anything.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if it was me and somebody, I was talking to this girl, and this girl was like, hey, I'm in a relationship, but I still want to do things with you. Me being the person I am, I'm not going to pursue that girl.
Yeah, but that's...
You know what I mean? I know, I get it.
Yeah.
But I would like to assume that other people would follow that same suit. I know that might not be the case for everybody, but I just think it's wrong when you're playing around with somebody and they're holding this guy just chilling, going to work, doing his thing, thinking everything's fine, and you're both playing a game, But
what is you getting upset at the other or what is you even having negative feelings towards that guy do for you?
It's not like I have negative feelings towards him.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is there's a little bit of accountability now that he is a co-actor in this. You know what I mean? Compared to before where it was just...
No.
Where it was just her.
No.
I would hold them a little bit both accountable. To be frank, it's the girl who I would hope to want to contain what we have. It mostly falls on her. I'll say 99% falls on her. But not knowing that this guy, that 1% knows what he's doing behind my back, I think there's a little bit of I feel a little disrespected. Not that matters in the long run.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's why that speaks on your character.
But don't you feel that's misplaced anger?
I'm not angry at him. But I just hold.
You're saying you're holding him accountable. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What I mean is it's a difference when he doesn't know, and I would tell him, yo, bro, all good.
What does that change though?
It's a little bit of the...
That changes something in you.
Yeah, that makes you feel towards him a different way, right? I'm asking why.
You may be right. Yeah, I do feel a little... It's because it speaks on his character, in my opinion. And not that he owes me anything. I don't give I just think it's more along the lines of the premise. I like
to think about it as in that sense is I'm going to assume the worst anyways because it's already a shitty situation.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my mind around the fact that somebody didn't have intentions to cheat on me with my girl or did have my intentions because I'm going to be pissed off at the girl the entire time. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like there's no room in my mind for that thought because there's already heartbreak and mixed feelings towards this girl, It
would just feel better for me personally knowing that it's just one party that was colluding against me compared to it was two people who were planning stuff behind my back, knowing that it was just one party who was unfaithful compared to two people who were planning.
I get that in the sense of if it was somebody,
maybe it was just my own mental health.
I get in the sense if it's somebody you knew, then yeah, obviously you're never gonna look at them the same. They cheated on you with your girl, but if it's just somebody that she cheated on you with, then this is just a guy. He's looking at big asses the same way everybody else is. You know what I mean?
Enough, but it's just for me, it's more of the premise,
So you like to think that there's good characters in people?
Yeah, I like to assume the best of people. Not that he has any loyalty to me or not anything, but I just think it's like men. It's like boy code or men code,
I don't think so though.
I like to. I think there's a code that most people like to follow. If you were to see a neighbor cheating or anything, would you feel the need not to tell the other party?
It depends on if that neighbor you knew that neighbor. How well you
do know that neighbor.
How well do you know him? If it's just yo, what up? In the hallway.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not telling him.
You're not telling them?
No.
Okay.
I'm staying out of that one.
Mind your business.
I would feel like it's a little bit of my not to get too much in their business, but I feel like
what responsibility do you have to do that?
I have no responsibility, but I would want someone to do that for me.
Of course, yeah.
Why wouldn't I want that same action to happen to me? He'd probably be grateful that
because he's not you.
Can I throw a premise out there?
Sure.
Let's say Will Smith. Before all this stuff came about Will Smith, it was America's Sweetheart. The guy that everyone came up growing up watching. We all loved the guy. that guy, you say, hey, just so you know, your wife's out here with some young guy. And I don't know if these allegations are true or not. People are saying he's out there too, outside of his marriage.
Okay.
And he says, yo, why do you care? We're both doing it.
I'm gonna walk away.
So why you? So that's exactly. So you just know.
You're saying that you would want somebody to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the world is not like that, fam. The majority of people don't want to be involved.
World, fam. There's good in the world.
There is good in the world, but I'm saying that when it comes to like personal business like that, most people want to deal with that on
I would
their
like to think if I made like a spy and high neighbor, that they would feel comfortable telling me that if there is a man coming in and out of my doors when I'm at work. I would want to believe that.
That's your responsibility.
Why are you paying attention that hard too?
You should get some security cameras.
I'm friends with my.
You should get some security cameras and actually treat your wife properly so she doesn't cheat on you.
So I'm watching my
your
wife.
fault.
I'm not there.
It's your fault.
Watch my wife.
There's no responsibility for your neighbors. They're not entitled to tell you anything.
Come on, man.
You're supposed to know.
Treat your wife better.
Treat your wife better.
That's what she cheated on me?
Yeah.
That's what she cheated on me?
Treat her better. Give her more.
Why is your wife out here looking at someone else?
Is she out here anyways?
Exactly.
Maybe because I'm working hard for the
You know what? She called me. I didn't call her.
16-hour shifts. You feel me?
She called me. I didn't call her.
Whoa. You're the guy?
She called me.
Yo. You're the guy, fam?
Yeah. If your neighbor ever told you I was cheating on your wife, I'm killing him.
Why?
Because why is he snitching?
Damn, but he saved me, fam.
Yeah. And you deserve to get your get back at me.
Yeah.
But I deserve to get my get back at him.
Who cares about you? At that point, you already sold your morality.
Yeah, in your world.
Yeah.
But in my world, there's a code. There's a bro code there too.
I'm gonna fight him with you.
There's a bro code there too. And it's like, yo, mind your business.
There's no bro code for toxicity.
Yeah.
In what world?
Keep the toxicity alive. I'm talking nonsense. I'm just saying, you know, like it's a dark path you could be getting yourself into because you don't know how that person can react. They could tell you, mind your own business.
Even a letter, fam. Just a letter.
Anonymous letter?
Just a letter.
You're such a weirdo, man. You send me an anonymous letter telling me my wife's cheating, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Just a letter.
We're gonna be like, yo, mind your business, nigga.
You don't know who it came from, and at the same time, it opens like it. Why would someone?
It does help you.
You know,
it helps you.
It helps me think about it.
But it's like, at the same time too, like it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's your relationship. If you're having problems in your relationship, that's nobody else's business.
That's true.
And it should always be that
helping
way.
Hand is
it should always be that way.
It's a blessing to have a helping hand.
It is
sometimes.
a blessing to have a helping hand. I guess.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Remind me to never tell you if your girl's cheating on you, fam.
Don't. I don't. Are you kidding me?
Never tell you, fam.
You know why? Because I'll know.
How you don't know?
Because I'm that nigga.
You gonna have cameras around the house?
Everywhere.
No, you don't trust your own girl, eh?
I don't trust myself. I'm gonna look at the camera one day, see myself stealing from myself, and get pissed.
Say like,
that's how my world works.
I gotta talk to niggas like this, bro. Like, whatever, bro, whatever. But how would you guys handle this differently?
Honestly, like, I think that the person himself that made the decision, even though knowing that, like you were saying before, is a piece of shit. Because you had the choice, and you're saying how you're trying to move like you're all this righteousness. Oh, we went out to the club and had burgers first. Yeah. What do you mean you had burgers first, bro? You're making it seem like you wooed her and shit before you did the dirt. Like, come on, man. And she also has to have some self-esteem too, and realize that the relationship she's in is not a real relationship. You know, if she wants to be with somebody, then she has to make a decision, draw the line in the sand somewhere, have her expectations, and then go from there. You know, these people are just damaged people, in my opinion, and they all need help.
I agree. How about you, Mukhtar?
I wouldn't be in that position, but at the same time, I don't
Anybody
think
can be in that position.
Huh?
Anybody can be in that position.
I wouldn't be in that position.
Let's just fast forward to the point where you are in there.
Yeah.
I already slept with her.
Yeah.
If she was for the streets, that's what it seems like.
She is for the streets.
She's for the streets. I don't think that's on her to have that conversation.
Can you not be for the streets either?
I could be for the streets. Okay. Anyone could be for the streets, but it depends on where you are in your relationship.
Fair enough. Okay.
If she's already cheating out there, then I don't know the guy. I don't have any obligation towards the guy.
I think it's more of a question of he's saying, since they have such a toxic relationship and the guy is so bad to her, is it even bad for me to cheat with her?
And this is the image she built to him.
Yeah.
We don't know who the guy is.
Exactly.
It could be right. The guy could be an upstanding guy that goes to work, comes home, takes care of her, whatever that is. She built the image where, this guy's just another guy and I don't really like him like that and he doesn't treat me well. And then she's using that to go outside and go cheat. And I have no obligation towards a guy I don't know.
If you are the third party that's cheating on the person in a relationship, it's in your best interest to lie.
Terrible.
It's in your best interest.
You're already a terrible ass person.
I didn't know.
So it's like
I had no. She didn't tell me nothing. Who are you? I never met you in my life.
yeah.
Gotta get your acting bag, bro.
Ignorance. Isn't there an update? What was the update? Curious to know.
Yeah, there was an update 5 years later.
Pretty sure this guy got punched in the face. I'm telling you.
Why? How? So he's gonna punch all the rest of the guys that she cheated with too?
There's only 2 people.
So the other guy too. Then that's 2 guys he has to go punch.
But the current guy, because this guy's her friend. They go out for burgers.
Who knows if the other guy knew?
I know.
Wow. Okay. In short, in summary, she ended up leaving that guy and getting with this person.
Main character.
Yeah, the main character. She ended up getting with this person, and they're still together.
Oh, shout out to them.
See, there you go.
I guess it worked out.
I think it's bizarre meeting somebody through a cheating incident.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't meet through a cheating incident. They met through Bumble, just like she met the other guy. In Bumble.
Well, she was in a relationship though.
You know what I meant.
But she met him first, right?
No.
But she was in a committed relationship with somebody else, even though she knew.
Slept together.
Yeah.
But she met this guy first on Bumble.
Who cares,
But that doesn't.
Why does the chronological order matter?
Well, they didn't meet through cheating. That's my whole.
Where are you going with this?
What does that matter?
He said they met through cheating. They didn't meet through cheating. They already have pre-existing relationship.
Let me edit myself.
Edit yourself.
Okay.
Your vocabulary.
Conduct yourself well.
One little thing,
what are you trying to say?
Word got both.
Listen, ever since the trivia, let him have this.
Okay.
Exactly.
He's knowledgeable.
Freaking soup.
This nigga knows his shit, all right?
Okay, fine. The fact that they solidified their relationship through a cheating scandal. Is that, how about that?
They didn't solidify their relationship.
They did. They literally just said that they got together after that. And she broke up with her man.
I think that was already a journey that was already happening. Okay. I think they were on that road already.
Does it matter that she was with somebody else at the time?
They took that leap.
Answer that question.
Does it matter that she was with somebody else at the time?
By the time they slept together, but when they
slept together.
I'm trying to get clarity.
No.
When they slept together.
Mr. Soup, please relax.
Go ahead.
So by the time they slept together.
Mm-hmm.
So it does matter if they slept together while she's in a relationship.
So you agree?
But I wouldn't be chilling with her that much if she was in a relationship to begin with.
But you already.
Why are we getting burgers and what else did they do? Huh?
You like her?
No, I'm not putting myself in that position where I'm chilling with a girl with a guy.
That's what he's trying to say.
But no, that's why I said I wouldn't.
You have the guy code that I'm talking about.
No, but I wouldn't. Just in general, that's my own moral. I wouldn't be with.
That's his.
No, there's 2 out of 3 of us here that have that.
Who's the third?
I didn't know. I had no idea. I'm just saying. What do you mean she had a boyfriend?
I'm just saying.
What do you mean she has a husband?
Damn.
But what do you mean she has a widow?
That's what.
What's up, guys?
I'm just saying. It's in your best interest, guys and girls. Girls are doing scum out here nowadays.
So what do you think? You think they're the asshole? Who you think?
I'm saying if you're gonna cheat well.
Oh God.
Do it the right way and don't get caught.
He's writing that part out. I lied. What about you? Do you think they're the asshole?
Yeah, they're both the asshole.
They're both the asshole.
They're both the asshole. But
if you were to put it on one person,
it's the female.
Okay.
She's more because she's out here multiple cheating incidents, not just them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think it's the guy in the original relationship.
No, he is an asshole.
He couldn't hold it down.
Who?
The guy who was her boyfriend originally. He couldn't hold it down.
It's his fault that she cheated on him?
Yeah.
How's that his fault?
Because he was being a piece of shit.
Yeah, but
that's the image she built. Again, we don't know who the
based off what we know at least.
Freaking thing.
Based off what we know at least.
Remember Sam from iCarly? She apparently back then it was in the news. She dumped Andre Drummond because he was too nice.
No, it's because he was a bad kisser.
Oh, that's what they said?
Yeah.
Okay, I was reading the kid articles then.
First off, that's a wild sentence.
What?
I don't even want to think about Andre Drummond being kissed.
But that's what she said to the media.
This is what you're doing out here?
To the media. I don't know. But fair enough. That's a good way to end the episode.
We'll wrap that up there. Guys, we need to know. Do you condone cheating? Are you against it? Tell us. We need to know.
Disgust in his face.
Look at the disgust in his face, guys, and make an informed decision here. All right?
You're in the wrong, fam.
I am.
At least you know.
I can admit that.
Okay, fair.
But it's fair. But yo, let us know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Tell everybody what you witnessed here today. I want to see this on the front page of the Toronto Star. All right? See you next time. Bow. Did he do it?
Did he not do it?
Did he?
Did he?
Did he?
Did he not?
Did he?
You think so?
I think he did.
100% he did.
He did. He did. That guy's not a Somali guy. I don't ever want to hear that comparison again.
Who said he was Somali?
The community said he was Abdi Diddy for years.
Yeah, he looks like us.
That.
He does.
You don't see the resemblance? Actually, no. There is no resemblance. No resemblance.
Yeah, we
No
don't
resemblance.
do that.
Yeah.
But yo, don't you guys think that, and this is the conversation I kind of wanted to have, don't you guys think that, or at least are you guys even curious to think that this is happening more behind the scenes?
100%.
Freak offs?
Yeah.
What he was doing.
Just generally some weirdo shit, it's like
Definitely.
human rights not in the factor and shit like that. Like there's a lot of these stories keep coming out over the last like 5 or 10ish years. It started with Bill Cosby and then Harvey Weinstein and P. Diddy.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, I thought you just talked about freak offs in general.
I'm just talking about all the weird stories about how people are using their power to their advantage to the 10th degree and manipulating people and causing damage in people's lives because of it. Like all these allegations and stories keep coming out in the last little bit. And I feel like we're getting more and more stories of people we used to either look up to or see as role models, see as upstanding citizens that are just completely different from what we thought. And it's happening more and more. And I find that so fascinating. I got to raise my eyebrow to a lot of these celebrities that they've been parading as the greatest upstanding citizen of all, like philanthropists. Like majority of these guys give back to charity in millions, and they do a lot of like philanthropy work and activist work and stuff as a way to show a save face.
Yeah.
Just to hide in the background
And do
the dirt that they're doing, right? So it's like, it kind of makes me a little curious to know what is really going on behind the scenes. What do you guys think?
I think it's very normal, bro. I still am under the fair belief system, fam. Y'all watch Squid Games?
I watched season 1.
No.
I think stuff like that happened, bro.
You think Squid Games is real?
Not that game in particular.
Shit like that?
But stuff like that where Squid Game kind of talks about the people who are less privileged, right? Bringing them all together and having them play some type of a game in order to win a prize or something, right?
It's basically Hunger Games, right?
Yeah, of some that sort, but yeah, exactly like Hunger Games. I do think that type of game or that type of activity does go on between the wealthy. Like, I really think there is a group of people at the top who like to exercise their wealth, their strength, and their any of the resources they have in order to manipulate the people below them. And that has been something that's been going on since the beginning of time, And we're just seeing it now in the face of the people who we've been looking up to. Like, to be frank, I have never been a Diddy fan. He's never been my clientele. But when it comes to the boy Bill Cosby, that one hurt me. Because I used to love that show, Because he gave off the impression that he is like an Uncle Phil type of dad, Like, it was one of the few sitcoms that were like a good, like at the beginning when it came out, it was like a very good black family in terms of both mom and dad had a great job.
Mm-hmm.
The kids were incredible, and they portrayed this scene on television that black families are different than what you would typically think,
He was America's dad.
Yeah, exactly. And when that came out, when he did X, Y, and Z, it really did hurt because you never know the people who are capable of such dangerous things, And going back to this Diddy thing, notice how now that Diddy did what he did and he's being called out for
Diddy did what he did?
Diddy, exactly. There are so many more people who are going under the radar.
Yeah, like
My
Usher.
boy Usher.
Yeah.
Deleted how many tweets?
Yeah, more than like 50,000 tweets or some shit like that.
How would about Diddy?
No, all his tweets, just on his whole Twitter since 2010.
And people,
deleted all the tweets.
Is it correlated? Who knows?
That's what people think.
Is it correlated? Possibly. But what are the chances it happens exactly the same time that one of the biggest black moguls goes to jail?
But wait, he deleted the tweets, so nothing he said could be misconstrued?
That's what people assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Or there was probably damning evidence in those tweets that he had to just delete everything.
A lot of people are being connected to him. That's what's his name? Meek Mill. Didn't he come out and say?
Well, Meek Mill was somebody who was connected to Diddy at the very beginning. But right now there are more celebrities that are being associated with Diddy. For example, like the boy Usher, even Jay-Z. I don't know. I don't know. It's all claimed. I'm not saying they are, but so many of our black moguls that we used to look up to are being shown in their light. I find that very interesting.
Do you have any an inclining or just like a random guess of the next guy?
That's interesting. think Rick Ross. You know? Not saying he is. You know, I don't know, but I just think anybody who's in a position of power.
You know, the hip hop world is an interesting place too, because they have not been treating women right for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, so like, just the whole like Diddy freak-offs and like the parties that start after 3 a.m. and shit like that, the 1,000 baby oil bottles and shit.
Yeah,
like,
that was weird.
I feel like that's like, in a sense, kind of is like a little bit of hip hop culture in a sense.
I don't think it's just hip hop though.
Because like women are so degraded, bro. Like, have you ever seen a rap video from like the 2000s?
Yeah.
Like the Vixens and what they're doing and shit like that. Like they have literally like no self-esteem. Like they're there thinking this is the prize.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on stage, I'm shaking my body. Like this is it for me.
Yeah.
You know, they're conditioned to think that. And in a sense, it's like being trapped, you know, but they're not. Especially now in today's age when people are getting on from like those acts, like Cardi B, you know, now is the time if ever that you should be, as a woman, you should be thinking, I'm not trapped. There's a way out of this, you know?
What do you mean trapped though?
Because that's what like the positions of power, like the P Diddy's and the guys like that are on set that dictate people's roles and dictate people's like career levels, especially in the stuff that they're doing at the time. They can tell you whether or not they are into you or not. Oh, do this for me, or do this for me, and do this for me, and I'll bless you with this. I'll bless you with this. I'll bless you with this. And they're thinking, yeah, I got to do this, or else I'm not going to have a career.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get blackballed. It's in a sense being trapped or being like forced into a situation that you don't want to be in.
But Harvey Weinstein, many examples out there that it's not hip hop.
I'm not saying it's just
hip-hop. Moguls are being introduced to a certain way of, hey, yo, you could probably do this. And there's people that are coaching.
But the difference is on a movie set, the women are not half naked dancing behind men with dollar bills falling down and shit like that.
There's movies like that.
There are. I'm saying that this is more of a hip hop cultural thing.
I wouldn't say
it's
just hip hop.
I would agree with Mukhtar though.
There's other music out there.
I think it happens in any industry where there's a superpower, somebody with influence having like doing that onto people with less. I think that has always been a thing. But I do want to say, to your point, I don't think it was a matter of being blackballed, but a matter of blackmail. Like a lot of this stuff is like, if I have you doing stuff on camera, now you can't do anything against me because I can publicly put this up and, you know, nobody would know anonymously, right? So to that fact, I think a lot of them were just put in this box of being trapped and they have to do X, Y, and Z, or that will come out publicly to ruin their image, you know?
Fair enough.
Like, for example, like anything that, like maybe, like during this little time span, I don't know if you guys knew, but a lot of political leaders have just quit during the time span of like the past 2 weeks. I think it was like up into like 12 or 10 of them, you know? And it was just around the time that a lot of the stuff that Diddy had is now public knowledge to the the police, right? So a lot of these people now felt the need that a lot of people are correlating. I'm not saying it's associated, but the fact that what are the chances that all these political leaders that have been in power for so long, at the same time that Diddy was incarcerated, felt the need to step down? Isn't that kind of a little fishy?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You know, one thing you told me a long time ago, Arsami.
Oh, crack.
You said that.
What I say?
Gotta drop some knowledge on me.
What I say?
You said that when somebody has too much of something, they start to explore the unknowns after the fact.
Yeah.
Right. And in the sense of like rich, successful guys when it comes to women and stuff like that, right? Do you think there's some sense of truth in the stuff that goes on with the power dynamics?
I do agree with that. Like, I'm not saying, because I've never been in the position of power to know this, it's all a guess, but I do think if you had access to every woman on the planet, you start to be bored with that and look elsewhere, you know? Like, I think Diddy, after conquering every beautiful woman, he had Jennifer Lopez, he had Cassie, he had all these beautiful women at his disposal, right? He starts to think, what else is out there, you know, that can do something.
What else can I leverage?
Yeah, you know, and at the same time leverage for my business. Yeah, he's a businessman. He wants to put people in a position where I can take advantage of them and have them in places where I can make money, right? I do think there is an element of curiosity when you're at such a level where things get bored to you. Like, what else is out there that I can experience, you know? I could be wrong. I don't know. I've never been in that position.
And it's weird too, because you can't necessarily diagnose that, because rich people aren't going to be like, yeah, I have a problem with women. You know, they're going to be like, I'm lucky.
Facts.
You know,
that's what I would think. If I had every like access, like Not saying I would want that, but if every woman was just at the feet, I think that sounds like such a good thing compared to if it's an actual thing. You don't know how somebody like Diddy would react to it, you know?
And that really just like, I got to look at people like Drake in that same kind of light too then, in the curiosity sense, like, because he's had every woman and more. And then now, more so recently, since this beef started up, a lot of people seem to think he's a predator.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So there's, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, since we're in the society where we know that this is all getting exposed and we already know the difficulties of power dynamics and the issues with self-esteem in women, right? People like Drake fit the mold for that so well.
You can't.
But I'm not going to accuse him.
I'm not accusing him of it. I'm just saying that somebody in his position who acts like he does, moves like he does, can be targeted. That's why the rap battle was such a success for Kendrick Lamar, because he said, on a grand scale, we see you as a predator. You know, not necessarily saying that that's true, but because of the lifestyle, because of how he sets himself up to be, right? He could be a really good guy that's not dealing with underage people at all. He could be checking people's IDs at the door every single day. Like, he could be really on top of his stuff, but because of the optics and where we are in society right now, it gives you no other, at least for me, it gives me like, it makes me look at him in a different light, thinking, okay, if this were to come out, would I be shocked, or would I just chalk it up to this is how it is? You know? And that's kind of the mentality I'm going with it now. That's why I'm thinking, who is next in this line, or who falls underneath these circumstances that can bring them to?
But there's certain people that it is kind of predatory, but they just prefer younger women. People say that about Leonardo DiCaprio.
But I don't know how much I rock with that either, though. You know what I mean?
But
that's more of a moral problem rather than a criminal problem.
It's not legal. It's
exactly.
Not
that's
else.
why I mean, like, towing the line. You know,
but we can't put Drake's name in between what Diddy's accused of, because he's not only accused of younger women, he's accused of rape, drugging. Too drastic. If you're Drake with all this attention and things of that nature, and you can send your people, say, hey, yo, go approach that girl over there. Freaking, there's Aljamain Sterling. He was at a club. He told the story where Floyd sent a guy over to come ask them because he wanted his girl. So he said, yo, Floyd's over there. He said, yeah, you guys can come over. Aljamain said, I'm not stupid. I'm not going over there. So then they sent the guy and another girl over and say, hey, you really guys want you? He said, no, I'm not going over there. Because he wanted to take his girl and push Aljamain Sterling to the side. There's certain people, that's just them. They feel that type of power where I can get any girl, so let me get these girls. This is more drastic than that.
I agree. I'm not, based off of the evidence we have, yes. But subscribing to what he was saying before, how people get too much of something and then seek further, I gotta think about them in this light too, because of the evidence that we've seen with other people like this. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily condemning them to be these people, but I'm asking myself, am I going to be shocked if I see a headline with Floyd Mayweather's a good example. Floyd Mayweather having these types of allegations because of who he is, you know? It kind of fits that mold a little bit better because they're these people. I'm trying to say.
I would still be shocked if drugging and raping is two crazy things.
Yeah.
You would expect these people not to have to go to that lengths. And if you're going to that lengths of you're willing to drug people, they're willing to sleep with you anyway. They're there. And if they say, no, we're good, you have to have that much of a cognitive mindset or be aware that, yo, this could go bad for me. Let me remove myself from the situation. He went to a God complex that said, yo, doesn't matter what I do. No one's taking me down. I can do whatever now. He probably in some certain rooms around some certain people that made him feel that comfortable that he thought he was white and he thought he was that guy.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Diddy.
Okay.
That's the thing. So as long as you don't pass that barrier of I'm not drugging somebody and I'm not forcing somebody.
How can we tell if they've passed that barrier or not from the outside looking in?
It's gonna come to light. But we can't put these certain guys in these lanes yet.
That's not what I'm saying. No. What? That's not what I'm just saying. Do I have foresight to see this before it happens, to not be shocked when it does come to light?
I don't even want to.
Not necessarily putting them in that box, but since they are who they are, since they act how they act, would I be? It's a good comparison would be somebody on another scale like Mark Cuban. You know, would I be shocked that Floyd Mayweather got indicted for something like that, or Mark Cuban got indicted for something like that? Where would my true shockness come from in those two scenarios? I think Mark Cuban, because he doesn't exude that at all. The family man. We don't know anything, right? But I would be less shocked if I saw Floyd getting involved in that, is what I'm trying to say.
We don't know that man neither. We just know the stories people tell.
Right.
There's people who've been telling stories about him for years.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always of the mind, I don't know that man. The Cassie stuff, where that's horrific. That's been accusation for years. But the fact that he was homosexual and I don't know, that could all possibility. Because those videos of him on Drink Champs with Fab saying we got a party.
So before this, you thought Diddy was good to women?
No, I didn't know him. Any of these guys could be the case. That's right, but I don't want to put them in that mindset when we're having this conversation about could they have that in their skeletons if this guy's accused of rape and drugging. I don't even want to view them, could they? Because I don't know them. These stories out could be true, could be false. We don't know none of these people.
Yeah, so I'm not defining them. I'm not defining them.
Yeah.
I'm saying, would I be surprised after the fact if it came out? Moving past the allegation.
I would still be surprised.
That's where I agree to disagree. But I like what you said.
Okay. No, I was enjoying that.
Okay, let's enjoy you now.
Pause. What?
I didn't say it. You said it.
I didn't see it like that.
I seen it like that.
You get your mind out of the gutter.
Get your mind out of the
gutter. Shout out Kevin Mace. That's this.
No, but I very much do agree with what you were saying. Like,
okay,
I see your line of thought. Not that he is saying he's putting them in that box, but because there's gonna be more celebrities that come out in the next couple of months of things associated with the tapes that they have on file, who would we be less shocked to know were on that? I think that's the train of thought he was going with. Am I
pretty
wrong?
much, yeah, pretty much, exactly, yeah.
And to the point that he was making, not saying that anything that Kendrick said about Drake is true. We don't know because none of that is fact. But would I be less shocked? Yeah, I probably would be. But I think that's what he was saying.
That's pretty much exactly what
I understood that point, but everyone's capable of great good and great evil.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't deny that either.
And we're not confirming nor denying that these people are like Drake did what he did. We're not saying that. But what I'm trying to say is, would I be less shocked to see somebody of his caliber of him on that tape? Yeah, I would be less shocked.
I don't know.
Would you be more surprised to see Drake at a Diddy party or J. Cole?
I'm sure Drake Cole has been there before.
No, I mean, at the freak-offs.
The Diddy parties became the freak-offs after a certain hour, apparently, what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
So people left knowing, they're going to probably have some fun. Let me remove myself.
And would you be more surprised if you saw Drake on that video or J. Cole?
I don't know either of those guys. I understand what you're saying, and Drake has that image about him that, he's willing to... He has all these allegations against him of younger women and all. So I get that. And one has a more clean cut, just like the Mark Cuban example.
Yeah, that's
I get
my point,
that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we don't know none of these people, so they could be potentially both.
Sure.
That's true.
These people have professional PR teams and everything like that can clean up all this.
Yeah.
They could potentially. J. Cole could be a whole nother guy than the shorts wearing riding around.
What would your intuition tell you?
What?
What would your intuition tell you?
Who's more likely?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Drake has that image about him. Yeah.
That's my whole point.
But I wouldn't. I don't know.
That means
that's
your intuition is on the mark with his then.
Because
I'm not condemning them.
I understand that, but I'm saying there's an image about them. I understand that. But at the same time, we don't know those people
exactly
to have that. We just know the image. So
we we don't know these people to have.
We don't know. I don't know Drake personally.
I know that too. I don't know him either. But what does that mean in this conversation?
We get the image about them, but they could be polar opposites of what their image are.
Yeah, but we're still entitled to our opinion.
I understand. Yeah, I get that.
That's my point. Is that we can have an informed opinion about them beforehand that will help us kind of digest their accusations later on.
Okay.
Or it would be just as shocking. It would be completely shocking, jaw dropping.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the only person I believed the accusations are R. Kelly. if there's a tape out there a long time ago of him peeing on little girls,
That's
and
wild.
then and then he went to then took him this long to go to prison.
Yeah,
that's the one person. There's something off about that guy.
That's wild. And honestly, like I feel like I really wish women would like understand that they're not trapped or they're not like there's no way out. Like I really like, especially like I think it's an issue between kind of like everybody's like upbringings and stuff like that, but like cementing in self-confidence and self-esteem at a young age for a woman is so important. It's so important because if you really victimize yourself, it's gonna hurt you so much in the long run. You got to have some courage and some strength to get yourself out of a bad situation. Even if like, because like I see time and time again, people are getting into situations like, I'm not saying that they should leave immediately and shit like that. Obviously, there's nuance to every situation, and there's mental battles and stuff like that, and there's coercion and all this shit. But self-esteem really matters in the sense that you're never alone, or you don't need to go through anything by yourself. You can always seek help. Unless your life's on the line, obviously. Though, yeah. If your life's on the line, then that's a completely different story. But
job, which I'm sure a lot of these moguls have on you, so it's a little harder to keep your sanity when there's somebody who has you by the collar.
Yeah, when your life's on the line like that, in that sense, your career, your opportunities, and everything, it's hard to make informed or serious life decisions. But
that's right to the point. That's the only part where I kind of disagree with you.
I really wish people would take more care of themselves.
That's the point I disagree with. It's not about taking care of yourself. It's more like it's at that point it's out of your hands. But maybe to get into the situation, maybe that's where.
I mean, in the early on, okay. In the early on, like that's when a good father-daughter relationship would really come in handy. Not always, obviously, but I feel like that is like a good sense of like understanding your position as a woman versus a man. It's having that relationship at an early on age where you're told you are worthy, you are enough, you are that, you are this, as opposed to like you're not good enough. You're always having to prove yourself, So that's just my point of it. But it's a sad story.
I hope people like this get all brought down. Like we don't need people like this in the industry. Like,
it's a good time to live in right now, man. All the evil's coming to light.
Yeah.
They're all going behind bars and rotting.
Social media is supporting the narrative too,
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sure there was an element of social media being one of the reasons why Diddy was brought down,
Yeah.
Compared to if this was in the 80s where there would be no digital footprint. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
I agree because they put the video somewhere.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. And that's a good way to round it up.
You want to send us off?
Yeah. Hey guys, if you could subscribe, we come out with new videos every week. I am your host, Jama.
Slim.
Mukhtar.
Whoa. Say that a little louder.
Yeah, it's a humble.
Say it a little louder.
It's Mukhtar.
The boy Mukhtar. I got you.
I appreciate that. we're finishing off somber, so I just,
I feel you.
Told me to reflect.
That's a wrap.